Can I just be commercial for 1 second for this answer?
Whatever you want.
I appreciate that match. I learned so much.
Fuck that match. Tell the
Fuck
truth.
that guy, man. Fuck that guy.
I love this album so much, man, and I think congratulations is in order. You know, you've returned with a beautiful, deep body of work, and I can hear even just from High Alone, the first song, how much love and attention and dedication you put into this music. That you've
Thank you.
Every detail and every nuance has really mattered to you.
It means a lot coming from you. Thank you.
I appreciate it, man. Let's go right back to the very beginning, and you know, you're searching for a frequency. You're trying to find a clear frequency, I think, right? There's some stuff going on. You're changing the station until you find how you feel.
Yeah. I spent more than a year to create them. And, you know, obviously I was coming from an athlete background to training in a K-pop system as a trainee, to debuting in a K-pop group, then to figuring out being a solo artist.
Oh, wow. So you go from a competitive sports into just being competitive with yourself.
Yeah. And
that's deep.
Yeah, and it's very different as a solo artist because, you know, back in that system, which was really great, a lot of great memories from as the group, but it was more like everything was so well arranged and structured. I just needed to show up and work. And, you know, this is the song, this is the dance, practice. But as a solo artist, you know, after especially, you know, joining 88 Rising, I felt like that I was going through the second trainee days of how to become creative.
And this time, did it feel a little bit more like you were training? And I say this with the greatest respect to the group and to the early training days of what gave you the work ethic, and you already had that, but really enforced what was required. But when you're in the 88 Rising early days, does it feel like, man, I'm actually training to find my own voice now?
100%. That's why I felt like I'm going through the trainee days on how to become a creative. More than just music.
Amazing.
You know, designs, just being able to think outside the box. And you know, after 10 years of like nonstop schedules after schedules, all packed every day of the year. You know, I figured I needed some rest. I didn't even have time to reflect on myself, and you know, I took almost a year off. You know, just for myself to breathe and to think about what does everything mean? What's the purpose of? What's the value? You know, as a person.
Can we pause there and talk a little bit about that? Because just for a second, because first of all, congratulations, you know, to have self-awareness enough to pause and to say, you know, I just need to go and be in my own thoughts for a minute, because it's hard to do that when things are moving really fast.
Yes.
It's intoxicating, and your adrenaline's high, and the endorphins of success and attention, and everyone's like, man, it's working. So you want to keep working and working and working.
Yes.
You know, so you come off the back of that, you're like, nah, you know, I'm going to listen to myself, take a break. So let's just, can I ask you what you did? Like what happened in that year? What were some key influential moments for you, even if it was just sitting still and doing nothing and staring at a wall? But what were the key moments for you that really allowed you to capture the space that you was seeking?
I think it was one question. At a point, it was, am I the Jackson Wang that people know me of, or am I who I think I am?
Great question.
So I couldn't even answer that.
Yeah, it's a great question.
And
well, it's identity work, because what you're doing is you go, okay, which one should I be? Should I be the person that people want me to be, that I think I am, because I'm no different to that? I'm the same person. But then over here, I've got these feelings and thoughts, right, and emotions I'm assuming that maybe they don't know about. How do I get them to know that me?
Right, and then it came down to a question. I didn't even know who I was anymore, because it's so used to that version of me. But I wanted to make sure that I am that.
Yeah.
But I didn't even know. So I felt like...
Yeah, because it's a lifelong contract, man. You know, it's like next thing you know, if you don't ask that question at that point in your life, you could be like 10, 20 years down the road and you're like, oh, I really don't know that guy anymore.
Yes. And then I took a year off, you know, started writing. Started writing not just music,
Journals.
like journals,
Journaling, yeah, beautiful.
diaries,
Beautiful.
and spending really some quality time with my family, with my parents. And yeah, I was just writing how I feel, and I wanted to. That's why this album is all about how I feel in everything, in reality, in society, in industry.
Yeah, because it wasn't written
Yeah.
during sessions. It was all written during life.
Yes, yes, and I started writing, travel to different places, just with few producers, friends, and then we lock ourselves up and you just keep writing. The first time that I'm writing without pressure, without having the idea of I have to use those songs. I was just writing and writing and writing.
And also to
Yeah.
be able to go in with these ready-made thoughts and emotions, this truth that you've already revealed to yourself. So it's not like, okay, guys, let's get the track up and like, what do I want to say? I always think like in writing sessions, it's kind of fascinating that people put themselves in this. I'm all for pressure of time. You execute through pressure of time. But the idea of like, I've got 8 hours today. What am I feeling? Like, dude, I can't answer that like every day. I can't sit there like on a Tuesday and go, what am I feeling today? Like, but you can when
Yeah.
you spend a year figuring it out, right?
I think it was I had the diaries already before I decided to go in sessions.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's beautiful.
It's already there.
It's there.
Yeah.
Life has given you this,
Yeah.
these thoughts.
Yes, and yeah, just writing on how I feel about everything, and I feel like the first time writing songs for myself, because back then it was very great songs that I did, for the first couple of years of my solo career. But now just thinking back, I don't know what it means, and that feeling of being on stage singing so many songs of mine, but doesn't really resonate with it.
I think any artist who is trying to honor the relationship that you have developed with your fan base, it's a special relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And we feel invested in you. So there are songs we want to hear because they now belong to us. Like one's I found my partner to that song, or that helped me through a breakup or whatever. I need that song. Like I came for that song. But you're right. It's got to start with you. You've got to feel it.
Exactly. And I think for every other artist, I mean, majority of them, they have songs that the creative process for them to produce is very personal for a lot of artists. But I think I went the other way, where I was given songs. I was given certain songs, given certain things to execute.
Yeah.
And then now, time passed, I felt like I needed one of those albums in my life that represents me. Not thinking about, is this going to be a ear candy song? Or is it going to be, are we talking about lollipops, right? Like, I want something that represent me.
You want your kid A, you want your blonde, you want your
Yeah.
moment where you can sit, listen to it, and be like, this is who I truly am at this moment in my life. And yet you honor the Magic Man that you've this image of the Magic Man that you've created, and you've created a part 2 of this. The artwork is very affecting. The artwork is violent.
But it's true.
So let's talk about that. It's true to you how? What's the truth?
I just feel like the reason why a lot of people, like, even a lot of my audience are asking me, what's Magic Man? Why is the visual like that? And it's almost like Magic Man represents whoever that's inside me. It's like, for example, I meet the other Jackson today. I see him, but I don't know who he is here.
Neither, by the way. I've known him for 10 years. I have no idea who he is.
You get what I mean? And I think like that, whoever that was shape and the identity of that internal emotion for me, people see Jackson Wang. My audience sees me.
Yeah.
But how do I really feel? I don't think anybody. I didn't even know that.
So it's the most personal thing you can show them is that artwork.
Yeah. And in that time, being in this field alone for like more than 10 years, always traveling, and I missed out a lot in my youth dealing, when I debuted when I was 19, I didn't know what industry was. I didn't know.
You're a child star, dude. I'm sorry. 19
Yeah.
is, there's maturity there, but it's not enough to be able to look back on that time with wisdom and say, I knew what I was doing.
Yeah. And I felt lost. That's how I felt inside me.
What do the lights feel like on those days when when you're carrying that truth, but on the outside, and you're showing up for work and you're doing the shows and it's bright and it's loud? What does it feel like?
The only bright and light that I saw in 10 years is being on stage, having my audience there. That was it. But what killed me internally was behind the scenes. Just I wasn't used to it. I don't know. I didn't know how to deal with it. Like the system, the reality of everything, the humanity of everything. So yeah, that's why I created this album. And also this album is very self-serving for me. Yeah.
Great. Then it works for us.
But after this album, I'm open to make a lot of lollipop songs. hey, please. Yeah, I'm willing.
Don't worry, man. Dancing Jackson's gonna be back in a heartbeat. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got you. I don't think so. I think once you cross this threshold, I think it's. I think I think you know which way you're going.
And also, for majority of my solo career, obviously I grew with 88 Rising. It inspired me a lot. But at the same time, I was like a one-man team. I direct all my stuff. I write treatments for all my stuff. I basically, the craziest thing is the preparation for everything. I just need to do everything.
Yeah.
And there's pros and cons versus if you're in a system, you have everything taken care of. You just need to show up. You just need to execute and focus on delivering the best you can. But as a solo artist, independent artist, it's so much work. There's so much stuff that I would have to edit. Even my behind the scenes, I would have to post this and just make sure that it's a one-man label.
By the way, I think that is I think that's right. And I know it's tough. I know it's hard work. But man, if you love something, you'll put it in.
I really love it. And I've been doing that for more than 5 years. But it feels like now, I feel like I need help. I really need help.
But it's also really cool to get to that point because now now that you're open to great, tasteful collaboration and teamwork, you're going to learn. There's only so much you can learn from yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's actually finite. You need people around you to be able to go like, hey man, what about this? And
yes.
And if you go, actually, I'm not so sure about it. And then you think about it and you go, actually, I do like that. Boom, that's a revelation. That's huge.
Yes, I really need to a point that I've been doing this for 5-6 years. At this point in my life, I feel like I need a normal, I need someone. I need somebody around me that can just go back and forth and to figure things out.
Has it felt lonely? It must have felt lonely at times.
Always. Yeah. And a lot of people have this misconception about me. Oh, Jackson, look at his visuals, look at his this, look at his performance, look at his connection and resources. I had nothing. They think he probably has like 50, 60 people behind him, but I don't. I wish.
When you got to spend time with family, when you got to reconnect with family, what a beautiful experience too, I think it's the great sacrifice of anybody who chases their dream, especially when it requires the kind of work ethic that something like what you do does and the travel that's required. The great sacrifice when all is said and done is the toll it takes on the relationships, the people that know you best.
Yes, that's why I live with them. In both of my parents, they were also national team athletes, and we lived together. And then I think that one year,
for that very reason,
yeah, I live with them because there's a song in my album that's named after them, and through that year, I was just thinking like there are a lot of thoughts that I've never really thought about my parents. This song called Sophie Reiki.
Yeah. My
mom's called Sophia. My dad is Reiki. And that one year, I started thinking, it's interesting that we're born, but we always tend to think like our parents will take care of everything as a kid. Oh, they'll take care of everything. But we never actually thought about when they first had us, they had no idea.
Zero. I'm a parent, dude. Zero. It's like the thing that most humans will, a lot of humans will have that experience. It's if you're lucky, it is a part of the order of things. And then when it happens, it's like you're the first parent on earth.
Yeah.
You're like, what is going on?
Yeah, and probably they were in their youth. You know, they had dreams. You think they never went to a party before? You think they never flirt? They never like
Yeah, yeah.
played around?
Yeah, of course.
Of course they did. But I think, it's that I think at the end it's like that responsibility of the parents that when I grew up, I thought, especially during my puberty, I'm like, oh, they don't know this. They don't know what the trend is. They're not, uh, 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 they're not fashion. They're not like great taste or whatever. But then I think it's a sacrifice, that it changed their entire life. Just having me and my brother, and I've seen it as a kid, and just entirely, just in general, I just feel like us and our parents. It feels like we're on the same street, but they're just further up. It's a cycle.
Yeah, that's right. And look, I think that's the right way to look at it, in my opinion. I mean, you have to establish your identity in order to leave home and go and achieve what you want to achieve. But you have the self awareness and emotional intelligence to bring it home and to not abandon it altogether. And I think that's really special. And I think I'd love to know if you're willing to share how your parents responded to you returning home at a moment when you needed that space, because I'm sure that they saw when you got home the Jackson that you hadn't even seen yet.
Mm.
They saw where you were and what you were missing, and you needed a year to find it. Do you know what I mean?
Spending time, more and more quality time with them definitely healed me a lot, because they were not talking to Jackson when I was home. I felt like I was as a son,
Yeah, the kid.
the baby.
Yeah.
No matter how much I age, I'm still the baby to them. My brother is almost 40. Same.
Same.
Yeah, and yeah, and especially, Asian traditional family. Also, the friends around me. It's so hard to say I love you to your parents.
Why is that, do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. All my friends are like, it's pretty. I don't know. To them, it's a thing. Like it's pretty rare.
Do you think generationally it's starting to shift a little bit, that there's a little bit more openness when it comes to that kind of like outward affection?
Even my friends, they still can't do that. It took them really long to really, think about and be brave enough, probably when they're drunk or whatever, and to call dad and for the first time say, Dad, I want to tell you something. I love you, Dad. It takes them like probably 5, 6, 10 years
Yeah.
to say that.
Yeah.
But I make sure that I say it every day. After that 1 year, reflecting, and even a lot of my friends, they probably just in general, they always tend to think the parents will be there forever, and then it get to a point where, oh, parents is sick, and then they visit, but then it's too late.
That's a very, very, very common, very powerful realization when you realize, I mean, I'm not to make it about me, but I'm just going through a very similar thing. Like I've always had a strong relationship with my mum, but she's at that point in her life where it's the order of things. And I'm realizing now as I'm going home, like, man, it's hard not to think about, I could have spent a bit more time.
Yeah,
I could have gone home a few more times. You know what I mean?
And I had a lot of dreams about that. Where I had a crazy dream when I was in Japan. I woke up crying because it's like me talking to my mom on WeChat, like on iMessage, like messaging, and then I woke up in the dream. People told me like, "Oh, mom's gone." My brother called me "mom's gone," and I couldn't believe it. What do you mean? I was just talking to her like
It's
2
vivid,
minutes ago.
right? It's a vivid, yeah.
And then that feeling of you going back to that chat and you realizing whoever that's texting you will never text you again.
Dude, I mean, sometimes I scroll on my phone and I see old numbers. That's a heavy one. Because I don't want to delete it. I don't want to delete the number.
Yeah.
Dude, we're lucky. It's a gift to be here. Every day matters. And
Yeah.
when I listen to this album, I really get a sense that you have accepted that and taken the opportunity to make something that you're truly proud of. Not just another album because it's time.
Mm.
You took your time.
I took my time. I healed.
Yeah.
And then I think it's important for me to share to my audience what happened and why Magic Man, why the visuals, and how I overcome everything. How did I recover from it? That's why in the entire album there's 4 chapters to it.
Let's talk about the chapters. Let's talk about. Let's go through them one at a time and share with us all as fans. Um, what you want us to know about this the chapterization of Magic Man 2.
Just in general, the entire album is about just going through life. And there's so many emotions in life where the chapter 1, let's say it's manic highs, going into losing control, going into realization, and going into acceptance. And that applies to everything in life. That's just life in general. And there's every single song, there's a message to it according to the chapters. And that's how I feel about love. That's how I feel about this. This is what happened to me. This is my situation, my scenario, my experience. And at last, everything comes down to the last chapter. Acceptance is accepting everything.
And then we get Made Me a Man,
Yeah.
which is a powerful, powerful song. I mean, it really is almost like it's like you have stared at those things that you were scared of, that were anxiety inducing, that you couldn't talk about. And it's like you're kind of making peace with that time in your life a little bit on that song.
Yeah, the last song is Made Me a Man, and it's chapter 4, acceptance, accepting it and moving on. And that's every situation in life. And something happened, you learn. You first of all, you get very emotional about it. Then you realize a lot of things. And at the end, what has happened can't be undone, So you just accept it, you learn, and you move on with it. And whatever the good and the bad made who you are today.
When you say, and obviously there's a lot in these songs that's very personal to you, so you go as far as you want to go. And it's important to us as fans and listeners to the music that becomes ours too. But when you say, I still miss the mark, that really jumps out to me, because it's the kind of observation people make when they're sort of accepting their flaws, and it's not just the conspiracy that surrounds people, but ultimately there's an acceptance that I'm culpable here for all of this too. So what do you mean when you say that? And it doesn't have to be as granular as a specific, but what does that mean to you? That statement, I still miss the mark.
It means like I was living in a certain way where I was so confident in what I was doing, how I felt, what I think is right and what I think is wrong. But then, life is just so dynamic. At the end, you realize, it was not the world that I understand is not what it's like.
Yeah. You were trying to control it.
Right. And then that's when you learn to just accept and just move on with it.
I love the way it finishes as well. Live the magic, accept it. Just accept that the unknown is kind of the whole point.
Yeah.
So, okay, Jackson Wang, you're back and you've got, a beautiful album that people are going to love this album, because it's you. It's really you.
It's really me. But the thing also, like the other day, I was talking to my team. Shout out to my team, Troy, Peter.
By the way, you got a great team. I walked in there. That's a great team. That's a real team. That's like out in front of Four Seasons looking like a damn football team. That's like literally in the back there, like holding it down.
They're my partners.
I like that.
Yeah, partners.
That's good. That's
yeah.
Good. So yeah, you're the guy that like, I get the feeling that when you roll into a spot with your crew, you're at the head with everybody and not in the middle being surrounded by everybody.
I am? That's how you felt?
That's how I feel.
Wow.
Yeah. Or are you surrounded by everybody?
I think I was surrounded by everyone.
I always remember I was backstage in an award show. I don't know. I really like this. I like this. You see these entourages move as one, and they're just like big organisms.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you don't even know who's in the middle of them because it's like 12, 15, 20 people just moving like one. And it's like, who is that? Like, I can't even see who it is. Is that Doja? Who is that? Is that, Justin? Who is it? And then there's this big commotion, and this crew's moving like an arrow down the corridor, and Drake is at the front. And I'm like, there's a guy who leads his team. And I loved to see that because I'm like, he's not afraid. He's not in the middle being surrounded. He was like, nah, I'm out front. Like, this is my crew. I loved that. It just showed to me at least, it showed character at that time.
I'm going to emphasize that from now on. Make sure that I'm walking in front of the pack.
You do you, but I just think it's cool. It's like, man, like, I'm okay.
Yes.
Anyway, you were talking to your team. You were saying, because I was saying people are going to love this album.
Yeah. I was talking to my team. Also, the friends, producers on this album, like Sayak, like Bay, Lowe, AZ Pisces, Dem, Isaac,
Beautiful
everyone.
music, by the way. I mean, everyone's really surrounded you on this record in a great way.
Yeah, and was amazing making them. And we're just having a conversation the other day, like this, like to them in a third person perspective, they think, Jackson, you're. Let's be very honest. You're creating a kiwi. You're not creating apple because apple is for everyone.
Right.
You're creating a kiwi, so don't expect it can sell like apple. But my point is, it's not meant for that.
I think that's a trick. I don't want to speak for everybody else, but I think that's a trick because this is an apple, bro.
It's an apple. I mean,
this is universal humanity wrapped up in brilliant modern pop music. I'm sorry, but it's like there are real smashes on this thing, and there's real depth on this thing. I said to you before we got on the air, like it's really beautifully contrasting. I think if I was working with you, I'd be like, dude, you're making a kiwi because I just want you to stay on the track and not try to make an apple. It's gonna be an apple no matter what you do.
it's very important to hear that today because honestly speaking, because the album is done. 8 days, a week before it's launched, I was really thinking about, you know what? After this, I can make anything. I'll make like 50 apples.
Yeah.
Yeah, but after hearing from you, maybe I should just.
I don't know, I think you're just gonna follow your heart. Isn't that why you took the year off in the first place? To be able to listen to your heart, not listen to everything going on around you?
Yes.
To break the spell.
Yes.
And by the time you get to Buck, get the fuck out of here. By the way, you don't mind if I swear, do you? I heard you like to curse.
Oh, I do. I just didn't know I'm allowed in this building.
Please be yourself in all ways in this building. Just be 100% yourself.
With that many eyes out there looking at me.
They don't fucking care. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm just trying to keep it loose.
Probably if I go out there, I'll be like, Jackson, what the fuck are you?
There he is, ladies and gentlemen.
Jackson,
He's
why
in
the
the
fuck would you
building.
say that
He's
on
in
the
the
podcast,
building. He's in the
man?
building. He's in the building.
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because all I want to do when I meet someone is to just meet their true self.
I am.
You know, and I can tell. I knew from the second I met you. You know, this is a great first hang. Buck though, man, that's an apple.
That's an apple.
That's a smasher, dude. That's one of those ones that I reckon like there are real people out there, real ones who have made real dance floor records, real moments that will be like, I wish I'd done that one. I think that's a full keeper.
I really love that song.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
You did it with Diligent, which is amazing too. I want to talk about that relationship. I know you just went to India.
Mhm.
You spent some time out there. I love that.
I love India.
I love that you're a traveler and you're curious.
Yeah.
Let's talk about your impressions of India and why you went and what you love about it.
It's because it's one of those territory that I've really wanted to visit, also like Indonesia and also Japan, where there's a difference between a foreign artist touring in a new territory, right? Where whoever that comes to your show will be the ones that know of you already. But every single country or every single city, they have their own entertainment, like local entertainment culture. And I really wanted to dive deep into it, you know.
So what prompted that? Just huge curiosity. You seem like a very curious person.
I am. I wanted to, obviously to me right now, every place, every country, every city, honestly, in some way, if it felt the same to me in the past 10 years because it's always been venues, airports, hotels, you know, like it's
a world within a world, right.
Yeah, shopping malls, same brand, every single country.
Yeah. I think it's demoralizing sometimes. I'm just like, wow, there's got to be more than this.
Exactly. So I'm like, yo, just don't bring me to tourist places. Bring me to the local. I want to live like a local.
So what was that? Where did you go in India? What was that?
I basically went everywhere. I went everywhere. The nightlife, you know, I went on the streets. I was trying to avoid my team so that I can I could go out alone with my friends so I could feel like a loco. Yeah, but fuck that.
It's just like, we're off to the races now, bro.
I know. Hey, someone's not happy in the room. Fuck.
It's cool, man. It's like, I think I don't want to speak for your team, man, but I think they just want you to be happy, right? I mean, so what was the wildest? Not wild as in like, yo, that was a wild night. I'm not talking about the Hangover 1, 2, or 3, but what was like the most vivid, visceral, emotional? Where did you go that it was like, this is a feeling? Wow, I'm so glad I came here for this.
Oh, I went to, obviously I'm a big fan of nightlife, and I went to, I think 5 clubs in one night. I think in 4 hours.
Good effort.
Right, but then the more like starting from the third, fourth, fifth club, the music was different. It wasn't like Bollywood music. It was some experimental stuff it was just sound.
Yeah.
Or maybe I was too drunk, but it was just.
It doesn't matter. You remember it how you remember it.
It was just sound, and I had like food thrown into my mouth, but it was on fire. You know, it was like
okay, so it is
herbs.
Hangover 1, 2, and 3,
right? It was like vegetables or what? Like yeah, it was very good. And Hanuma Kind was there too.
I love him.
Yeah. He was here last time, right?
He's the best.
Yeah, and he showed me around, and yeah, that was a very wild night. And I forgot what we drank, but it was very Indian. It was very.
They're
Indian.
really, and I mean this with love. They're true. I'm gonna go next year. They've been trying for the last few years to get me out there.
Mumbai.
Hanuman's on my case, and like there's like they're all like, dude, come on.
Yes.
Come on.
Yes.
So I'm gonna get some tips from you. I want the flaming food.
And there's also like the street food is out of control.
What a brilliant and beautiful thing to be able to do, to just get off the treadmill and go and see what the world has to actually say.
Yeah, never. One tip from me, you know, personal experience: never order room service again. It's too safe. Like then might as well just eat at home, right? Why are you traveling? You just go there and you know destroy your gut and you get what I mean? Feel it.
It's also very rarely any good. It's not often very good.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's like
It's boring.
you're the 85th chicken breast of the day.
Yes. And Caesar salad. Come on,
now,
man.
here's the thing. Let's talk about Caesar salads. Caesar salads and bread, two very important orders. You can tell the quality of a restaurant by the bread they put on the table at the beginning of the meal.
Yes.
Straight up. It doesn't have to be warm, fresh, rosemary tinted. It just has to be their bread.
Oh, you can tell their quality, like what level they
you know
are.
what kind of meal you're going to get
I
based
feel
on
like-
what's in the basket.
I feel like it's from the expression of the guy, the persons that bring you the meal.
very important as well. I mean, do they really know their menu? Do they really understand the
Yeah.
culture of the restaurant? Very important. But you get the bread. I've had artisanal bread delivered to me. I'm like, I don't even need to see the menu. I'll just have the bread. That's fine. But I want to know like when you go to an Italian restaurant, they give you that bread and they've been serving that bread for 40 years. I'm like, I'm in for a great meal.
Mm.
Caesar salad. Same thing. A good Caesar salad, great restaurant. Bad Caesar, you can really fuck a Caesar salad up.
Mm.
You're a foodie?
Yep, I do.
It's important to you that whatever you do now in your life, right? I'm asking, but I'm assuming now that you work around the experience of eating well and taking care of yourself, right? Because when you start, food isn't the priority, right? It's like work.
Yeah, I love food, but I don't really care if it's a decent restaurant or what. I don't have I'm not a guy that I don't like what decent fancy restaurants.
You need to grow up. Now here's
Yeah.
no,
No, really, I don't like it. You know what I hate? Can I be real?
I want you to be real.
You go to this restaurant, expensive as fuck.
Yeah.
Give you a big ass plate,
Yeah.
one rice.
Yeah.
And explain 45 minutes to you where did it come from.
Right.
I appreciate that,
Right.
but what the fuck, man? I'm sorry.
Don't apologize for telling your truth.
No, what is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, that's why I love to go to night markets in Asia, especially Chinese food, where entire bowl, the fried rice is like a mountain.
It's a pillow.
Yeah.
You put your head in there, go to sleep.
Yes, I love that. I don't like, sir, this is a fish from fucking Dead Sea, and then it's gonna from 50 years ago. The chef used this specific samurai sword to cut it open. Hey, please delete what I said. I don't
no,
wanna,
because
like offend anybody.
No, okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a sec, though. There's songs on here that tell the truth. They're not offensive, but they're also not pulling any punches, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're talking about G-Bad?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
and there's others as well.
Yeah. Hate to love.
Right. So you're going to offend people in life, man.
Yes.
You just are. And so let's just talk a little bit about the different eras of life. When you look back at the person who started out, there was probably a lot of fear attached to that experience, right? Of like,
When I first started?
yeah, of like, I don't want to
I
say the
didn't know.
wrong thing. I don't want to
I didn't know what I was doing. I had no direction. I had no navigation. I was just sprinting.
Did
Yeah.
you ever wish during the hardest times that you'd stayed in competitive sports? Because it was a choice. You could have gone to Stanford.
Yeah. Um,
You had a choice, and when you
I
make
had
a
a
choice,
choice. Yeah,
did
yeah,
you ever
yeah.
regret it?
No, because I know in my gut that I wanted to entertain and perform.
You knew in your heart.
Even when I was fencing, I felt like I was performing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of the others. What's your favorite song right now on the record? If you had to press play on the record.
Made Me a Man.
Yeah.
Made Me a Man. I think that's a
You
conclusion.
most proud of that?
That I feel like that's a strong conclusion for me. It's a highlight. It's what the entire album means.
I think the 1-2 punch of Hate to Love into One Time is pretty powerful. It sits in the middle for me with purpose. It really, to me, those two songs are friends. I feel like they know each other. Do you know what I mean?
The way I arranged it for the entire album, it never stops. If you start playing, it just never stops till the end, and then it just plays again. You know how like between songs there's like a 0.2
Yeah.
millisecond of I didn't like that.
You're so in the weeds on it, man. I love it. You're so
Kiwi. It's Kiwi.
It's not, dude. It's Apple.
It's Kiwi.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
it's Apple. Just give it time.
Yeah.
What's your relationship like with time now? Because when you started, you don't have any. Go to work, wake up, do a show, go to a mall, eat some fancy food, right?
Caesar salad.
Caesar salad.
Yeah.
You took back time when you took that year.
Mm.
Are you willing to give the music grace? If it is a Kiwi for 6 months or a year, and it takes 3 years to become an Apple, is that a success to you? Are you able to understand that now?
Yeah. The more they talk about this is a Kiwi and that, I don't feel like. I think it's a struggle, you know. But honestly, for me internally, I don't really care because I feel like it's so meaningful to me, you know. But at the same time, the more they talk about it, I felt like maybe they're right, you know? And it's so hard to not care about results too,
It's hard.
you know? So, yeah.
There's apples on this.
Mm.
It's just beautiful music, dude. It's honest. Sophie Ricky, honest. Made Me a Man, honest. High Alone, honest. It's fun. Buck, fun.
But I don't regret it. So I'm proud of this. I'm proud of what I made for Magic Man 2. It's personal.
I think it's going to be really important for you as an artist.
I needed that. Yeah, I needed this album.
Every great artist has to take risks in order to be their true self and get past what we want from you every time because we liked it.
Oh, my parents didn't even hear Sophie Ricky yet.
Why haven't you played it?
No, cannot. It has to be when it's released because I'm planning to make. I wrote a treatment. I want it to be an animation.
Oh man, I can already tell what that's going to be.
Yeah.
Special.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't capture the emotion you want to get with real cameras and real reality. That's what animation's for, right? To reach into the other areas of the mind.
Yes.
What do you do when you're not creating? What is life for you now that you've established some ground rules? Like, do you binge watch? What's your exercise like? What's life?
I still fence.
You still fence.
Yeah, still fence.
How high intensity cardio is fencing?
Oh, I used to run on treadmill, but I feel like it's too boring for me.
Yeah, it's really boring.
Yeah, and like every 2 seconds.
That's why I like boxing. Boxing's like you have to stay on your feet literally and think all the time. It's great.
But for running, for me on treadmills, like every 2 seconds, I would have to look at my Apple Watch, like how many calories. But in fencing, you're just busy.
Yeah, all the
You
time.
know, you're playing a chess game, right? But then after like 2 hours, you see it's like more than 1,000 calories.
Because you've been using your mind. That's why. Because it's like
Yeah.
it's cardio for the brain.
Yeah. So fencing, I think it's the best cardio for me. And you're wearing a lot, and you're wearing a helmet. You know, so
The Olympic tattoo
yeah.
in honor of.
Oh, the first youth Olympic that I went as competing, 2010.
Where did you end up?
11th.
11th.
Yeah, I lost to Team Russia.
Do you remember much about that match?
15-14.
Wow.
1 point.
Tell us a story tell us about the end of that match.
Hey, like, you want me to honest,
honest.
or you're
Dude, are we
like,
not honest with
commercial?
each other?
Are we commercial?
Are we honest with each other?
Can we just be commercial for 1 second for this answer?
Whatever you want.
I appreciate that match. I learned so much.
Fuck that match. Tell the
Fuck
truth.
that guy, man. Fuck that guy. Because back then the fencing mask, this is transparent. but now it's not.
Yeah. So what are you
So
seeing in your
I
opponent?
in the middle, the last point, I parried it and I hit the plastic. So there, you can't score with the plastic, but I hit that and I lost the point. 1 point. I was so mad. I was crying, and then I came down, like, reporters are interviewing me. How do you feel? The fuck you mean how I feel, man? I just went through hell. And 2 seconds after that, you asked me how do I
I
feel?
know you're just doing your job, but what do you want me to say? Congratulations to
Yeah,
that
so
guy.
they have a picture of me. So after that interview, they took a photo because yeah, that picture is still on the
What are
on
you
the
doing?
internet.
What are you doing?
I was so pissed. I was just looking at him, looking at him.
It's tough, man. Listen, fair play to you for getting to that level. It's so hard to get through the door when it gets to that level of competition.
I started really young. I started at 10, and then by 13, 14, I lived in for a year and a half, 2 years in Budapest because I was training there as well.
Lonely.
So I didn't really go to school. I didn't even graduate high school because I was just competing.
So let me
Yeah.
ask you about friendship,
Mm-hmm.
because as somebody who was hyper focused on achieving at a young age, either with your fencing and then into training to be a performer, you've mentioned several times that you didn't really have a conventional childhood. You didn't really get to enjoy.
Compared to my friends,
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah,
saying. So how did that shape
me.
friendship, the idea of friendship to you, and how you relate and how you trust and create real friendship?
I grew up, as an athlete, then to as a trainee, then to a group. So I'm always surrounded by a lot of people.
Is that friendship though?
I mean, yeah, but the more I think time defines. But then the more I age, I feel like it's very tricky. It's very tricky because friends through time you build that trust and everything, but then it only takes one moment to destroy everything.
Yeah, and real friendship can get
Yeah,
past it, but it's
yeah,
the big test.
yeah. And also like people, everyone have like different agenda, different dreams, different purposes in life, and if that's not aligned, then it's tricky. So that's why I think after 30, I'm more neutral. I'm not like back in the days. Obviously, I'm an extrovert.
Mm.
If I build a relationship, or I would go all in, and I'll open my heart wide. But I think now it's more neutral. I'll give it more time to sit.
So when you went into the kind of performing arts and you got
Hmm.
out of, I'd imagine, did that feel to some degree almost like it was kind of a relief? Because when you're sort of in competitive sports, you're training, you're on your own in Budapest, trained to be the best in the world. That's the goal.
Hmm.
And then every single match, you're one slightly misjudged parry away from heartbreak.
Yeah, I think that's why I think like athletes are very crucial. Like if you're the top 32 in the world, then you're about the same, honestly.
Yeah,
It's
you're
just ranking
one
ranking
parry
system.
away. Yeah.
One parry away.
Sorry
And-
to keep bringing it up.
Yeah, one parry away,
Just
right?
one bad, ill-judged
Yeah.
parry, could just change the
Yeah.
whole course of your life. But we can move on. It's fine.
Yeah, you just like if you're the top 32, you're around the same. And then it depends on the day of that tournament, the weather, right? Your condition,
Yeah.
how's your warm up?
Yeah.
Like there's so many different factors that can affect the result. So that's why I always feel like, oh, you're the Olympic champion or you're the world champion, you're the gold medalist that day. It only means that you're
That
the
day.
champion that day, that moment.
It worked for you that day.
If you do that again tomorrow, you probably can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why and athletes are, if you get injured really easily, and that could be the end of your career.
I'd really like to talk to you about how you're going to bring this album to life now that it lives. I mean, how you're going to bring it to people, shows, all that stuff.
If I get to have the opportunity to do a tour,
Isn't that
and
up to you?
I mean it is, but obviously hate to repeat this again, but it's kiwi, so if whoever that wants to come eat kiwi, I'll make sure that the experience of the tour is different. It will feel like a live movie arrangement. You come in super cinematic, and it's
Enhanced.
yes, it
Yeah,
would
yeah,
feel like
yeah.
a movie.
Yeah. That's going to be a beautiful way for you to spend your creative energy now that this album is done. I can imagine you're already thinking about it, right? Because
Yes, I
creatives
am.
don't stop thinking.
Yes, I'm already thinking. So hope after more people would come eat kiwi with me.
You
Eat
know,
my kiwi,
the,
please. I hope more people will come and eat my kiwi.
sure, there's a lot of people excited to eat your kiwi. I just I can imagine that going out on tour now that you've gone to parts of the world without that routine
Mm.
is that you'll be able to apply some of that. Has it changed the way you look at how you're going to move now, travel within this framework of Jackson Wang, the artist, versus Jackson Wang, the passport, the plane, India, late night clubbing, flaming food?
I don't think I'll have time. When I'm on tour, everything obviously is very packed, and also after 30, not complaining, but like
Yeah,
after
you made it.
31, I feel like every time after having a meal, I fall asleep very easily.
Yeah, it's a great thing.
Yeah,
It's so good.
I hate it.
Post-meal naps. No, give
No,
into it.
no, I hate.
What's number 4? Acceptance. Chapter 4, acceptance. Okay to fall asleep after eating, bro.
No,
It's
I can't
beautiful.
control it. That's the problem.
20-minute Jackson nap.
No, I hope it's 20 minutes, but it won't be 20 minutes. It goes on like 3-4 hours.
No, that's not a nap.
No, that's not a nap.
It's not. It's a full sleep.
Yeah,
It's a full sleep.
yeah.
It's REM.
I can't control that after 31. I never used to have that.
That's called the gift of life, my friend. The longer it goes on, the more it aches, but the more grateful we are for it.
Maybe it's the carbs.
I'm really, really, really grateful for this opportunity to get to know you, right? Just the beginning. I know you don't do an enormous amount of this stuff, but man, just come back. The second conversation is always better than the first. And by the 10th one, man, it's not even like we're having
I'll come back with
more
crazy.
fucking
Yeah.
sugary candy apples.
Yeah. You're talking about blue sky.
I'll be like, Jackson, what happened?
Marshmallows.
What happened,
I'll talk
man?
about marshmallows.
What's with all this sugar, man? What happened?
Reality hit. Reality hit.
You're going to come in with a peroxide flat top and like really fancy sunglasses and a spacesuit and be like, I'm really proud of this pop album I just made, man. I'll be like, what happened to my friend that I met like 2 years ago? He was a great guy. I like that guy. He was a good guy. I mean, sure, I'll talk to this guy, but who is this guy? Don't call me Jackson. I'm Jay Wang.
J-pop.
Hey, I've had a really good time hanging out with you, man. This has been a really great, really good
It's an honor to be here. Thanks for having me.
We're way past
really.
that, man. We're way past that. Is there anything that we didn't talk about? Because I know that it's a really important opportunity for you to speak to fans, and I'm really grateful to be that conduit, to be that channel, to be able to give that opportunity to you. And we've talked a lot about Caesar salads and fencing and fuck that guy, and it's been fun. But I want to make sure that you say what you want to say.
He's actually a very nice and kind man.
You can't diss
I can't save this.
You can't diss and kiss, man.
I can't. It's too
can't
late.
diss
It's
and
too
it's
late.
too late. Remember, in life, you're going to offend some people.
Just sometimes just got to be
It's got to be real.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you want the fans to know, that you want to say that's your truth today, given that you're on the verge of releasing a very important album?
Yeah, I think this like I said, it's the first album that I really feel like I produced and wrote all these songs for myself. And also, I think it's important to be honest to my audience, and being able to open to them at this stage of my life that this is how I feel. And I know probably they want to see something else, and obviously I would satisfy that in my next album. But this moment, it's for them, also for myself.
This album is truly who you are today. Yeah. Then how can we not love it?